United States of America. That's where I live. China, the most populated country in all the world, in the biggest continent, too. Ooh. Brazil, filled with all kinds of rainforests and trees, and they like to play soccer there. Wow, the earth is filled with all kinds of interesting people in all different places across the world. They must have interesting animals everywhere, too. That reminds me, Kara has a really good safari planned out for you guys. Why don't you go over and take a look at that while I look at this globe?
Hi, boys and girls. Now, you remember last time Cindy came and visited us, but this time we're at the Elmwood Zoo. Now, Cindy, I see these lovely animals over here, and they kind of look like seals, but I'm not sure what they are. Can you tell me what I'm looking at?
Well, yes, Kara, I can see why you would think they were seals. They look very much like seals, but these animals are North American river otters.
Otters?
Otters, yes. Otters actually live in this state. You can see them on rivers if you look very hard, and you're very lucky.
You hear that? You can find them, any otters, in rivers if you're lucky.
Yes, and these are our two otters. One of them is rather young. He's not even a year old. That would be our male. His name is Rocky. So if you see the one that's bigger, that's Rocky, and the smaller one is our female. That's Kayla.
Let's say hi to Rocky and Kayla. Hi. Okay, well, I can see they're doing flips and stuff like that. Did they come from the circus like JJ?
No, they don't come from the circus. These animals were actually born at other zoos and came to live with us. We do have permission that if they want to, they could have some babies, which we are hoping that they will do. And they're very, very playful and very curious. When you guys put your camera up, they both woke up out of a sound nap to see what was going on. They like to play, and we put lots of toys in there for them to play with.
Are these kind of animals rare?
Well, they're not exactly rare, but it's what we call a threatened species. And that means that they're in a little bit of trouble because there aren't as many places for them to live.
So, when there's not many places for these animals to go that are here at the zoo, it's called a threatened species.
Exactly. Due to habitat loss, which just means that people build houses and there aren't as many places on rivers for the animals to live. So hopefully if we take really good care of them and they have more babies, there'll be more otters, and maybe some could even be put back in the wild.
That sounds like fun. Well, I noticed that their skin looks kind of smooth. How is their fur?
Well, their fur is very soft, but it's very waterproof. Animals that live in the water, obviously, have to worry about being waterproof. And when they get wet, as you see how sleek they look, Kara. That helps them move through the water very quickly if their fur slicks down and they have a nice smooth coat.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, you know what? I also saw on the other side, there are these pink-looking birds. I have never seen a pink bird.
You've never seen flamingos?
A flamingo? That's what they're called?
Absolutely, they're flamingos. You never saw Alice in Wonderland? There are flamingos in Alice in Wonderland.
Ooh, they're pretty.
Well, you can see that they can stand on one leg.
That one only has one leg.
No, it's got two, but they tuck one leg up and tuck their head under when they want to sleep.
I think I could do that. Like this? Is that what they do?
Now try to go to sleep.
Oh, I don't think I could do that.
I don't think you could either, Carol, although you could try. But they're very, they have excellent balance. And this is what they do. They sleep on one leg.
That's so cool. They're just like any other bird. They're just, they have different ways of sleeping and eating, but they're basically built like any other bird?
Well, in a lot of ways. They have some interesting ways to catch food. They have a sort of, if you see, Cara, they have a big beak. And they have sort of a sieve in their beak, so they can just take in a big mouthful of water, and the water will come out through the sieve in their beak, and the food will stay inside. So they can just scoop through the water to get their food. So nature gives different animals different ways to catch their food, to fly if you're a bird, to sleep if you're a flamingo. And they have the beautiful pink color. These are from Chile.
Ooh, chili.
Yes, and when it gets chilly here, we have to put them in. They're used to a warm weather. Today's a nice warm day so they can be out. But when it starts to get cold, we'll put them back inside.
Now, you told me that the otters, they have waterproof fur. So what do they have?
Well, they don't really have, they can go in the water. Their feathers are waterproof if they smooth them down because they can swim. They look pretty funny when they do it, though, with those long legs. That's why we had to make sure that this pool is very deep for them because they have the long legs, and when they swim, they paddle. As you can see, the webbed feet. See the webbed feet like ducks have?
Yeah.
So they have webbed feet and waterproof feathers for swimming.
Oh, well, that's so cool. Well, thank you so much. Kids, you can find all of this here at the Elmwood Zoo. I want to thank you, Cindy, for exploring with us. And now back to you guys.
I wonder who that could be. Come in.
Hey, JJ.
Hi, Ray Ray, back from your trip chasing El Nino? Kids, you remember my cousin, Ray Ray the weatherman?
Hey, kids. Nice to see you again.
So, how was your trip?
My trip, it was so fun.
Ah,
I went to Hawaii.
really? What did you do there?
Well, in Hawaii, I had a lot of pineapple. It was good.
It's delicious.
Yes. And I learned about the tides.
The tides? What are the tides?
Shall I?